Tucker, let me ask you just one quick last
That's
question
so
before I let you go in respect for your time,
Yes,
and I'm super happy you came on. I remember when Donald Trump first ran in 2016, this was really the moment neocons turned on him, and you can go back and watch this, was when he gave an interview and they asked him about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and he said something extremely reasonable but also extremely taboo, which was, the problem is that it's in the United States' interest to get a two-state solution, which has always been the view of U.S. governments going back decades. And the problem is we have become perceived as being way too far on the side of Israel, that we can't be an honest broker for peace, nobody trusts us, and we need to be more even-handed. And for saying we need to be more even-handed, I remember it was just, that was one of those foreign policy statements that's so far outside of what is permitted in Washington, kind of taboo, that the neocons went ballistic. And I do think Trump has, a lot of foreign policy principles that would seem to undercut this intense investment on the part of the United States in this horrific war that's now ongoing for 2 years, to say nothing of all the other ancillary wars and the suppression issues of speech at home. What do you think explains the fact that Trump in this second term seems to have empowered the group that is primarily obsessed with that issue, or at least with the most, kind of repressive parts of how it expresses itself in our debates?
I mean, the short answer is I don't know. I know that that Trump is really loved by a lot of Arab leaders, and I've talked to them about it, and Trump loves them too. There's a kind of cultural vibe there. I mean, if you've ever spent time in the Middle East, it's an elaborately polite, interesting society, and he just likes it, and they just like him. And so I think there's a lot of, and he gets along with them great. He says this, he's never attacked the Qataris. He loves the royal family of Qatar, and all the rest of it, MBS, MBZ, and so there's a real opportunity to have a foreign policy that helps the United States. It doesn't hurt Israel. I don't think anyone wants to hurt Israel, or maybe some people do. He doesn't. But that, spreads the love, creates peace. I mean, we're moving in the opposite direction, of course, at immense cost to the United States. We could end up seeing the Al-Aqsa Mosque blown up. And that would be the beginning of, the end of the world as we know it, the beginning of a global war. And so the stakes could not be higher, literally couldn't be higher. I think he understands that. I think his instinct has always been, in the 20 years I've known him, has always been toward conciliation, toward peace, certainly not for war. But, I have to say that the last 6 months don't suggest an even-handed approach. And I don't really know. I do think that, he saw lots of curated pictures from October 7th that upset him. October 7th was bad. I'm not suggesting, by the way, it wasn't. But I think he's seen a lot of images from that, and it affected his view. But there may be other reasons. I really don't know the answer. I will say this. Bibi, not the nation of Israel, not Israelis, and certainly not Jews, whatever that means, the leader, the secular prime minister of a country, is doing immense harm to Donald Trump's presidency, to the United States, and to the world. Immense harm. This is an unbalanced person whose only real concern is for himself. He's meddling in an extensive way in American politics, in a vicious way, a dishonest way. He's loathed by the entire world. He needs the United States. And yet at the same time, he has this patronizing attitude toward Donald Trump, demeaning Trump to people Trump knows constantly. I can't explain that behavior. It's bizarre, it's self-destructive, but it's also very destructive to the U.S. So I think separating from Bibi immediately, not from Israel, and of course not from Jews, whatever that means, they're not the same thing. They're not even close to the same thing. Tons of Jews hate Bibi, including in Israel. But separating from Bibi immediately, I think, is an essential next move. I have no idea whether that, no one's going to take my advice on it, of course, because I've been so maligned. But objectively, that is absolutely necessary, and very soon, because he is hurting his own country, our country, and the world, period.
Thanks for watching this clip from System Update, our live show that airs every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Rumble. You can catch the full nightly shows live or view the backlog of episodes for free on our Rumble page. You can also find full episodes the morning after they air across all major podcasting platforms, including Spotify and Apple. All the information you need is linked below. We hope to see you there.